Hello, everyone. Under the dazzling lights of Hollywood, where stars constantly reinvent themselves, there are stories that go beyond the silver screen. In this mysterious entertainment world, courageous journeys and truths are sometimes hidden away. Today, we will explore 10 famous stars who have broken gender boundaries, featuring stories you may not have heard before. And the final name will surely surprise you. Hollywood has always been a place of dreams, drama, and endless reinvention, but behind all the glamour are extraordinary individuals who dared to challenge conventions and redefine fame itself. These are the bold pioneers who proved that authenticity shines brighter than any spotlight. Leave a comment with the number 1, and let's begin this exploration journey together. When Sonny and Cher welcomed their daughter Chastity in 1969, they likely never anticipated the challenges she would face growing up in the limelight as the child of two legendary artists. Chastity frequently appeared in public, however, behind the scenes, she grappled with her own sense of identity. From an early age, Chastity felt something was amiss, even if she couldn't fully express it. Although raised as a girl, she never felt connected to the feminine identity imposed upon her. These internal conflicts resulted in profound emotional turmoil. She attempted to fit into societal stereotypes, but never felt like her authentic self. Often, she experienced discomfort in her own body, as if navigating a life that didn't truly belong to her. As she matured, this struggle deepened. Chastity recognized that she wasn't meant to live as a woman, but accepting that reality proved daunting. It wasn't merely about self-acceptance. It was also about summoning the courage to share that truth with the world. The fear of rejection, particularly from her family, loomed large, adding to her anxiety. For many years, Chastity Bono grappled silently with feelings of gender dysphoria, striving to maintain the public image expected of her. It wasn't until the late 2000s that she made the transformative decision to officially transition, embracing her true identity. She began presenting herself as Chaz Bono, a name that resonated with the person she had long suppressed. This decision marked the beginning of a profoundly personal and challenging journey, marked by moments of doubt, fear, and pain. Even today, reflecting on old photos of herself as Chastity remains a difficult experience for Chaz, as they serve as poignant reminders of the years he spent living in a body that didn't truly reflect who he was. At the age of 40, Chaz underwent significant physical changes, including top surgery, which he reported helped him feel more comfortable in his own skin. He also started hormone therapy, receiving testosterone injections to develop more masculine features such as facial hair and a deeper voice. These transformations signified the beginning of a new chapter in Chaz's life, allowing him to finally live as his authentic self. Chaz Bono didn't stop at transforming his own life. He became a prominent advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, using his platform to raise awareness and support for others facing similar challenges. Following in the footsteps of his parents, Chaz also ventured into the entertainment industry. Despite the obstacles of being a transgender man in Hollywood, he broke barriers by becoming the first transgender man to play a male lead role in a feature film. He has appeared in popular shows such as The Secret Life of the American Teenager, The Bold and the Beautiful, and American Horror Story. Chaz's journey was not only challenging for him, but also required a significant adjustment for his mother, Cher. She has openly acknowledged that she struggled to accept Chaz's transition. For a mother, the shift from viewing Chastity as her daughter to recognizing Chaz as her son posed a considerable challenge. Even now, Cher occasionally finds it difficult to use the correct pronouns for Chaz, but her love and pride for him remain steadfast. She has consistently expressed her pride in the person Chaz has become, recognizing the immense courage it took for him to embrace his true self. Jennings has become synonymous with the transgender experience, particularly regarding the journey of growing up as a transgender child. She first came out to the public at just 6 years old in a televised interview with Barbara Walters. Even at such a young age, Chaz had a strong awareness of her identity. She was a girl living in a boy's body, evident through her interests and actions. Chaz was often attracted to things that girls liked, such as borrowing her sister's clothes and dancing in high heels. Her sense of identity was so strong that whenever her parents mistakenly referred to her as a boy, she would firmly correct them, insisting that she was actually a girl. She even imagined that a magical fairy would come to transform her body into that of a girl, reflecting her deep desire for her outward appearance to align with her inner identity. Fortunately, Chaz's family was understanding and supportive of her transgender identity. This acceptance helped her gain confidence in herself from a young age and empowered her to become a voice for others in the transgender community. As Chaz grew older, she didn't merely live her truth privately, she chose to share her journey with the world. Her life was chronicled in the TLC reality series I Am Chaz, which offered viewers an intimate look at the challenges and triumphs of growing up transgender. Through her courage and openness, Chaz became a prominent figure in breaking down stereotypes about transgender individuals. She also gained recognition as a YouTube personality and activist, and was named one of Time magazine's 25 most influential teens of 2014. What stands out about Chaz is her remarkable confidence in herself. When asked how she feels about people judging her, Chaz delivered a simple yet powerful response. "The only opinion that really matters to me is my own opinion of myself, because I define who I am, not anyone else." Jennings continues to inspire countless individuals with her unwavering belief in self-acceptance and her strong advocacy for transgender rights. Her story is not only a personal journey, but also a broader campaign to promote acceptance and understanding of the transgender community in society. If her journey inspired you, please like this video and subscribe to discover more stories of courage and identity. Before transforming into the stunning female model Andreja Pejic, she was known in the fashion industry as Andreja Pejic. Even then, Andreja made a significant impact not only for her striking appearance, but also as one of the few male models who could effortlessly walk the runway in women's clothing. Her bold look and unique style quickly made her a sought-after name. However, behind the spotlight, Andreja faced inner conflict between how the world perceived her and who she truly was. Born in Bosnia and raised in Australia, she had to navigate the complexities of identity in a world that often saw things in black and white terms. From a young age, Andreja was drawn to what society labeled as feminine: makeup, her mother's clothes, things that brought her comfort but also confusion. She quickly realized she didn't fit the mold of how a boy was expected to behave. As she entered her teenage years, Andreja's appearance became increasingly distinct, making her stand out but also bringing challenges. She often faced bullying and isolation as others struggled to understand her identity. Despite these hardships, she found solace in the fashion industry, where uniqueness was embraced. Her gender-fluid beauty caught the attention of top designers, and her career soared on the runways of the world's biggest fashion shows. Yet even with such remarkable success, Andreja felt something was missing. She knew she wasn't meant to live as a man. The thought of transitioning had lingered in her mind, but the decision was never easy. It meant not only altering her body, but also risking her career and the relationships she had built. But over time, the need to live authentically became urgent. Andreja realized she could no longer sustain a life that didn't align with her true self. In 2014, she made the most significant decision of her life: to transition. This choice came after years of inner struggle and a deep desire to be true to herself. Andreja began her gender reassignment journey, one that was both physically and mentally demanding. She shared with Vogue that transitioning wasn't as simple as visiting a doctor. It required psychological evaluations, medical tests, and intense preparation. Remarkably, her career not only survived but thrived. She made history as the first transgender model to grace the cover of GQ Portugal. Reflecting on her journey, Andreja often thinks of the hardships she overcame. If she could speak to her younger self, she'd offer reassurance and hope, reminding her that through all the confusion and pain, she would grow into the strong woman she always knew she could become. Andreja Pejic's journey is not just about gender transition, but a powerful testament to authenticity and embracing individuality in a sometimes unforgiving world. Caitlyn Jenner's life before her transition was closely associated with Bruce Jenner's athletic success, most notably winning the Olympic gold medal in the decathlon at the 1976 Montreal Olympics. Yet beneath the glory, Caitlyn struggled with emotions she didn't fully understand. As a young boy, Bruce was fascinated by his mother's and sister's clothing, feelings that were confusing and difficult to express, especially in an era when gender identity was rarely discussed. To cope, Bruce immersed himself in sports, using athletics as an escape from the inner chaos. His dedication led to remarkable success, including Olympic gold. But even at the height of fame, the internal conflict remained. Bruce's life was also shaped by his roles as a father and husband, but those public identities couldn't silence the truth within. However, unhappiness continued to shadow him, leading to the dissolution of his first two marriages. During his marriage to Linda Thompson, Bruce attempted to share his struggles with gender identity, but Linda's lack of understanding only deepened his sense of isolation. This loneliness intensified when Bruce began dating Kris Jenner. Early in their relationship, he disclosed that he had been using hormones for the past 4 years. However, Kris later claimed she wasn't fully aware of the extent of Bruce's internal struggles, which led to tension in their relationship. Despite these challenges, Bruce and Kris built a happy family and rose to fame through the reality TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. As the head of the Kardashian-Jenner family, Bruce became a beloved public figure. When he made the decision to transition into Caitlyn, it came as a shock to the family, especially the children. Yet, after the initial surprise, the Kardashian-Jenner family showed unwavering love and support, proving that family can be a powerful source of strength in times of transformation. Caitlyn made the decision to transition at the age of 65, a time when many might be settling into the life they've built. But for Caitlyn, living authentically was paramount. In 2015, she bravely came out to the world, gracing the cover of Vanity Fair with the headline, "Call Me Caitlyn." This moment marked a powerful turning point in her life and sparked broader conversations about transgender rights, raising visibility and awareness for the community. Caitlyn Jenner, once a celebrated sports icon, became a symbol of freedom, courage, and hope for those yearning to live as their true selves. If these stories inspired you, like this video, and subscribe to explore more powerful journeys of identity, courage, and transformation. When considering transgender celebrities who have made a significant impact on society, one of the first names that often comes to mind is Laverne Cox. Her rise to fame began with her powerful role in the television series Orange is the New Black, where she portrayed Sophia Bursette, a transgender woman navigating life in a women's prison. But before becoming the accomplished actress and advocate we know today, Laverne's life was filled with struggles and a long journey to self-discovery. Born and raised in Mobile, Alabama, a place where traditional gender norms were strictly enforced, Laverne realized from an early age that she was different. Drawn to feminine things, she endured deep pain in a community that rejected anything outside the norm. During her teenage years, she was frequently bullied and ridiculed for being too feminine. These painful experiences, though difficult, helped shape the strength and resilience that would later define her. One of Laverne's earliest passions was dance. She loved the movement, the rhythm, and the sense of freedom it gave her. But pursuing this passion wasn't easy. She had to persuade her mother to let her take dance classes. Though her mother was hesitant about her son doing something seen as feminine, she eventually agreed to tap and jazz classes, drawing the line at ballet, which she felt was too feminine. Despite these limits, Laverne embraced the chance to dance and poured her heart into every step. As she grew older, the conflict between her true self and society's expectations intensified. Raised in a strict religious environment, she was taught that her feelings were sinful. The guilt and shame became overwhelming, leading to a moment of despair when she swallowed a bottle of pills in an attempt to escape the pain. Fortunately, she survived, and that painful experience became a turning point. While it took years for Laverne to fully accept herself, those hardships didn't stop her. Eventually, she left Alabama to pursue her dreams in New York City, where she could explore her identity and build a life on her own terms. Laverne began her transition, a process that was far from easy and filled with both emotional and physical challenges, but it brought her a profound sense of liberation. For the first time, she began living as the woman she had always known herself to be. Her big break came with the series Orange is the New Black, where she portrayed Sophia Bursette. The role was not only well-written but deeply authentic, as Laverne's personal experiences were reflected on screen. Through this portrayal, she helped humanize the transgender experience, fostering empathy and positioning herself as a key figure in the fight for transgender rights. With her growing platform, Laverne became a powerful advocate for the LGBTQ+ community, using her fame to educate others about the struggles faced by transgender individuals and to promote acceptance and equality. Her efforts have been instrumental in changing public perceptions, making her a beacon of hope for many within the community. Her message is simple yet impactful. Trans is beautiful. Laverne Cox's courage and resilience continue to inspire not just individuals, but an entire generation seeking acceptance and justice. Fallon Fox's story is a powerful testament to courage, determination, and the ability to break barriers in a world that often resists change. As a pioneer in the world of mixed martial arts, MMA, her journey wasn't just about winning fights. It was about standing up for her identity and paving the way for transgender athletes everywhere. Born and raised in Toledo, Ohio, Fallon recognized from a young age that she was different. She felt more comfortable around girls, but expressing that truth was incredibly difficult, especially in a community where rigid gender roles dominated. Like many transgender individuals, Fallon struggled to understand herself, and her parents lacked the awareness and tools to support her. When she finally came out as transgender, the reaction from her family was far from accepting. Her mother had trouble coping, while her father insisted Fallon was simply gay and could be fixed. This misunderstanding led to Fallon being subjected to conversion therapy, a controversial and widely discredited practice. The aim of this therapy was to attempt to change an individual's sexual orientation or gender identity, but for Fallon, it was an effort to force her into a box she never truly belonged in. Despite the pressure from her family and society, Fallon had a deep understanding that she was not a man and needed to transition in order to live authentically. Her decision to transition was far from easy, especially without the support of her parents. Though it required immense courage and perseverance, Fallon remained resolute in her determination to live as the woman she had always known herself to be. After transitioning, Fallon Fox made history as the first openly transgender athlete in MMA, a remarkable achievement in a sport known for its intense physical standards and deeply ingrained notions of masculinity. However, upon entering the MMA world as a female fighter, she faced intense backlash and scrutiny, with many critics arguing that being born male gave her an unfair physical advantage over her opponents. The most difficult aspect for Fallon was not only the external criticism, but also the shift in how her peers perceived her. Before coming out, she was able to blend in as a regular female athlete, but once her story was revealed, everything changed. People she had trained with for years began to see her differently, no longer as a competitor, but as someone who didn't belong in the sport. Despite these challenges, Fallon Fox continued to fight, both in the cage and in society. She was determined to show that transgender athletes deserve their place in sports and refused to let prejudice or ignorance push her to the sidelines. Her story is not just about athleticism, but a powerful journey of resilience, equality, and the fight for acceptance. If Fallon's story moved you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to support more voices that challenge the norm and inspire change. Carmen Carrera's journey into the public eye began when she competed on the third season of RuPaul's Drag Race. With her glamorous looks and captivating performances, Carmen quickly established herself in the drag world. However, everything changed after she was eliminated from the show and began her transition from male to female. This was not only a personal journey, but also presented significant public challenges. Many who had known her as a drag performer struggled to accept her new identity, still seeing her as a man who had once worn women's clothing. Carmen was determined to live authentically and hoped that by sharing her story, she could help normalize the transgender experience. Her transition sparked important discussions about language and respect within the LGBTQ+ community. One notable moment came when Carmen spoke out against a controversial game on RuPaul's Drag Race called She-Male, which she found offensive given the struggles of transgender individuals. Her comments received backlash from some in the drag race community, who accused her of being ungrateful. Despite the criticism, Carmen remained steadfast in her beliefs, consistently advocating for a more respectful and inclusive approach to transgender issues. Today, she is not only a successful model walking runways around the world, but also a dedicated activist for transgender rights. Carmen continues to use her platform to promote greater understanding and acceptance of the transgender community. Despite the controversy surrounding RuPaul's Drag Race, she has stated that there is no bad blood between her and RuPaul, and that she would still greet him with a hug if they ever met again. Her journey is not just one of personal transformation, but also a relentless effort to raise awareness and create positive change. Carmen Carrera has become a symbol of resilience and advocacy, using her experience to inspire others and fight for a more inclusive world. Thank you for watching today's video. Stories about transgender individuals are not just about physical transformation, but also about the journey of self-discovery and acceptance. We hope that through these stories you can feel the power of freedom that comes from living true to yourself. If you enjoyed this content, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let's continue supporting each other and spreading the message of love and acceptance. See you in the next video.